So now I'm going to do, it's Spiritual Sunday, so I'm going to do reading, oracle card reading. I don't do tarot. Oh, also, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, meaning do not like take it like this is just for entertainment. It's not like yeah, I mean, you could take it seriously if you want. It's intuitive guidance, I guess you can say. So I'm gonna put these back. I was just doing something for me, because I just say, what's the energy, or what do I need to know at this time? I still wonder how it works. Like, why do certain things come out? And it's very interesting how it does very much align with your life, and things that go on at the moment. So I don't know what other deck. I have my Kipper deck. I usually use the same decks. I'm going to use this deck because last time I did a card reading, it kind of came out more about love and stuff and people and relationship dynamics. And I'm like, I didn't post it yet. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm not really into that. I don't like to do that. Maybe it'll help somebody. But anyways, cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. So maybe there's someone that you need to cut out of your life, or people. Ear chakras. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. So be mindful of what you're listening to. Maybe the news channels you watch. This one wanted to pop out. Oh, look, this is a cancel, clear, delete. I'm also getting the vibes very heavily right now. Look, shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light. So that's like, you want to protect yourself from harsh energies, or negative thinking, or energy vampires. So what I'm getting very heavily with this is that be mindful of what people are saying to you or telling you. Because there could be people, I don't want to use the word mind control, but there could be people trying to create illusions about you, or people are gossiping or talking. Because your ear chakra, they're saying like what you're listening to. I've never heard of ear chakras before, but just, you could have people telling you things that aren't true, or people could be trying to gaslight you, or trick you. Just be mindful of what because this is an interesting I was going to say pattern, a pairing. I was going to say pairing and I said pattern. Because ear chakras are the things like music, messages, talking, communication. And this is cancel, clear, delete. So meaning there could be people trying to talk you out of something. There could be people trying to talk about you. People trying to create illusions, or telling you false, or trying to talk you out of something, or talk you into something, into doing something. But it's spirit or God, whatever's warning you to just be mindful of that, because not everything that you hear you should take at face value. Be mindful of the things that you're listening to, like the news channels, or music as well. Maybe there's certain songs. It says sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. So also maybe if you're, people are trying, I'm getting the sense of what I'm sensing is that people are doing spiritual warfare stuff, like black magic, voodoo and stuff, to try to talk you out of something, or trying to place doubts or plant seeds of doubts in your mind, like your own thinking, like the narrative, like things you tell yourself. So shield yourself from negative people patterns. So be mindful of that, because like cancel, like clear that, delete it, reset that, because that's what people are trying to do, either trying to talk you out of something or talk down about something. But this, when it's too many cards, I don't take just one. Or gossip. It could be slander too. There could be people trying to gossip about you, or just or trying to get you to doubt yourself about something. Someone's trying to plant seeds of doubt in your mind about something. Okay, manifestation power. 2 other cards came out, but I'm not gonna. That's interesting. The throat chakra, cut your cords. See, okay, so ready for this? This is what I said. Someone, see, it says throat chakra, cut your cords, and you think vocal cords. Someone's trying to stop you from speaking up. Someone doesn't want you to speak up. Throat chakra, it says, the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. And then it says, cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships between you. So the first thing I got when it said cut your cords, it didn't make me think of like relationship cords. It made me think of like vocal cords. So maybe I do like to sing for fun. Maybe someone's trying to stop you. Maybe you're a singer. Maybe you have a message. Maybe you're an artist. I don't know. Maybe you're a vocal artist or a performer and someone wants you to stop you from singing. Vocal cords. I know, it's really interesting. Recently, I got a sore throat. I was sick recently. And that's your throat chakra, and it says throat chakra. So maybe someone's trying to prevent you from speaking up. Music, maybe you have a message through music, or maybe there's a song that maybe you use music as a message, or I don't know. Cut your cords, throat chakra. Someone wants someone to stop singing or stop speaking or speaking up. But those cards were flipped down, so that to me is a sign, like that's an underlying beneath the surface motive. Manifestation power, it says use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Someone also with the noise, the siren, someone's trying to block you out. Someone's trying to block your message or drown you out, essentially. Manifestation power, use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. So that's pretty straightforward. Manifest. Focus when you want to manifest something. I'm going to put that one back. But that's interesting though. Vocal cords, messages, ear chakra. See, look, do you hear the noises? The sirens going off? Someone's trying to drown you out. Hopefully not actually drown you. Be careful. If you're going to go swimming in a pool, be careful, because someone might want you to drown in a pool or a lake or an ocean or something. I don't know. Singing and dancing. Archangel Michael. I'll take all of these. These are a few though. That's a lot of cards, but I'm going to take them. Singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. I will say I do love to sing and dance. I am very big on that. That just not as just for fun. It's very liberating. It's a great way to move around stagnant energy. Archangel Michael, you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who's protecting you and guiding you through the situation. So these two came out at the same time. So there could be someone named actually with the name Michael, who might be protecting you. I don't know. I'm just going by what it says. Or Michael, I don't know. It's so funny because when you look at it, both of them, he's like, she's dancing over here and whatever. And this one, he's like watching over her or looking towards her, which is interesting. So maybe someone notices that. I don't know. You are a powerful light worker. Have you asked your angels for help with this? Like, ask for help. It's okay to ask for help from people, like you're a spiritual team. or maybe like talent or something. They're working very close, protecting you and guiding you through the situation. I sense very heavily there's a lot of, when I think of this, there's a lot of energies coming at this person, but they're just doing their thing. Like, you know when they say dance like no one's watching? I get that vibe heavily. Like, maybe you need to just not worry about things. So trigger warning for people that, I'm just gonna keep it real about what I'm getting with this. So 2 cards came out. And if you look at the back of these cards, it's like hands. Like if you think of Reiki healing, people using loving healing energy to protect somebody. This is the way it came out. So people, more sirens. Someone's definitely trying to block your message from coming out and drown you out. So crystals, I'm sorry, for some reason, I didn't get crystals like crystals in the sense of like crystals like the rocks. Unfortunately, what came to my mind when I saw this was rocks. I thought of, I don't do drugs, but like I think, I don't know if it's crystal meth. I don't know. That's what came to my mind. I feel like this made me think of drugs, crystal meth. And if you look, it says shield yourself. It says shield yourself. Like protect yourself. And this made me think of drugs like crystal meth, not actual crystals like yoga crystals and this is like the hands of God or archangels protecting against. So maybe someone, I hope you're not, I hope you don't do drugs, but maybe someone does abuse drugs out there. Maybe you engage in some sort of drug use with, God forbid, hopefully not heroin or crystal meth or some really like substance abuse issues. But whoever you are, just know that God is protecting you from harm. For me personally, I do feel like someone's tried to drug me before with different substances. I can't prove it. I tried to, but again, maybe if you look at the way the hands are, and what's funny is the back of the card. If the back of this card is Ascended Masters, and the number one, this is Christ, right? Christ consciousness. So Christ is here. Well, you want Yahweh, Yeshua, you know. And then you have Buddha. You have Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda here. And then you have the different gods or goddesses. And I know people in Christianity, if you're like, we don't believe in listen, I don't discriminate against people in their religion or what they believe, but it's just interesting that this card, the way it came out was like this. So there's an ascended master or loving being watching over you and protecting you. It could literally mean maybe use crystals. I haven't done that in a while. And no, I don't mean the drug. I mean like actual little crystals and stuff. In fact, there was a funny parody of the comedians I was mentioning in my vlog video, where the lady literally, she had a crystal hanging off from her head. It was so funny. She had a crystal hanging off from her head. And she it was so funny. And she was like, I'm feeling the energy. We need to keep the spirits out. And it was funny. And I'm someone who used to live to it, but I wasn't getting that vibe for some reason. Look at the way that the hands are coming out. There's an angel, a guardian angel here, or celestial being or etheric being. And the first thing, when I saw crystals, I thought of crystal meth. So maybe, hopefully you're not someone that abuses drugs, but I really hope not, because that's a really hard thing. I feel bad. I feel so bad for people that have some sort of addiction to drugs, because what people don't realize is that becomes a medical issue, because your body develops a biological dependence. Your brain literally becomes dependent on those substances to elicit some sort of pleasure response, like dopamine and serotonin. So, and I just saw 4:20 on the clock, so that tells me that maybe you are someone. This message. I mean, I don't know if you do. You do you, boo. I don't know, but you know, drugs are a very, very, very hard thing to quit. You know, my grandfather, I named Papa George. His name is George. He was a chain smoker. He was an avid chain smoker. Like he smoked a lot, according to my mom. And one day to the next, he said, I don't want to do it anymore, and he stopped. And nicotine is extremely hard to also, from what I understand, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, anything like that. Nicotine is extremely hard to quit. Sugar, I love sugar. I will say I'm addicted. I mean, my brain, like, I will go to a grocery store and it is literally, I'm not kidding you. And I tell myself, imagine a person that does drugs. And I think they actually did a study with mice. They studied, they said that sugar is more potent and addictive than cocaine, or just as addictive. And I'm not kidding. I will go into a grocery store, I promise you, and I will be like, I will literally go to the, and I think that's because I have parasites. I don't, me personally, like, I think I have either giardia or candida or something, and I think that they, on my brain, they literally harvest, and like, they want me to eat sugar, you know, and it's like, that's not good for you. Sugar causes a lot of inflammation, but I try to monitor my sugar consumption and my sugar intake, because it also leads to diabetes or pre-diabetes, so be mindful of that. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason I was getting very heavy, like, but if you are someone that is battling or struggling with addiction, I'm gonna be honest, when people do, I don't do drugs or whatever. I think I have been drugged with drugs before, unfortunately, and I feel blessed that I've lived through those experiences. But I'll be honest, when I see ads about rehabs and like, just, I don't know, I just feel like, I think it takes a really good support system, but it mostly takes inner fortitude. Like, you have to be insanely resilient and disciplined to say, I am not going to use this substance. For me, that stuff frightens the shit out of me. When I see movies like of people who have, the movie that comes to mind, it was with Timothée Chalamet. I think it's called Beautiful Boy. I never saw it because I think I would cry my eyes out. But Steve Carell plays the dad, and Timothée Chalamet, who's he's a really good actor, like really, really good actor, and he portrays, I think, a young boy he's not black, he's a white kid, like he is addicted to drugs, and I don't know how. Some people get addicted to drugs, I think, because they get in car accidents, and then they get addicted to prescription pills, or they have a friend in high school who gets them on drugs. Some people can't, I think they get into weed, and then they can't break away from weed. And then, because some people say, oh, weed is a gateway drug that'll lead you to other things. I think there's people who smoke weed and they don't have any desire to, but those are like the hippie dippies, you know, from the 70s, you know, Woodstock, and, you know, not the hippie dippies, but because I think weed, in all honesty, I think marijuana or weed today is not the same. I think it's mutated. I think the weed and the marijuana people used to do way back, I mean, not everything, I will be honest, I think anything in excess is bad, but I don't think it's the same today. I don't know. I haven't done marijuana, so don't. I am curious about CBD, though. I am curious about that, and hemp or whatever, because I do think that it can help alleviate trauma, anxiety, depression. Like, I've learned that I think marijuana, I saw a video of there was a guy who had Parkinson's, and his tremors, he was you know, like this, and his tremors after he smoked weed or he did something completely were eradicated, and he was mellowed and calm. So there are benefits to it. I just think people need to study it. You know, the brain has natural receptors, cannabinoid receptors in it, by default. So, but the thing is, that's when you have a naturally occurring like brain receptors like that, and then if you surpass that threshold of where it's supposed to be, that's when something becomes potent or toxic. It's the same thing with poison. You know, it's the same thing with poison. And this vacuum away fear. So maybe you're someone that struggles with addiction. This is the caudalis over here. The caudalis is what you see in healthcare when it's usually like it looks like a staff, and then there's like these little snake thingies that wrap around it. It makes me think of Harry Potter. You know, oh, what was that? The Chamber of, was it Chamber of Secrets? The one where the Tom Riddle comes out and he does the little, with the little snake thingies. Right? Yeah. Maybe that's relevant for someone. You know the Harry Potter movie where they have the weird things, like they look like the Krakens, and they have the little, I don't know. Maybe someone's trying to lure someone to get them to do drugs and stuff. I don't know. I just got that vibe too. I don't know why. Like this. Oh, you know what? The snake that tempted Eve. That's what's coming up. 2, 3, 4 on the clock. The snake that the tempestuous, that's also what I'm getting the vibe heavily of. Like a snake. Something like that. Okay, let's keep going. Spiritual Sunday. This is interesting though. I've never... The vibes. The vibes. Should I take these? Workshops, seminars. Oh, okay. Workshops and seminars. Manifestation power. Maybe you're a public speaker. I'm not a public speaker. It's a lot for me to even come to do a video on the internet to people that I don't know. But maybe, or the universe is urging you to do public speaking or something. Workshops and seminars. Attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities. So I don't know. I mean, that's what came out. It's like, it's funny that for some reason the cards are coming out in pairs. And pairs are 2. So maybe there's someone else who's going through the similar situation as you, or you have a twin, or maybe you are a twin, like an actual twin, or maybe you have a twin flame partnership. I know that's a big thing. People talk about twin flames, or a soulmate, maybe someone you're meant to partner up with, because everything is coming out in 2s. Workshops and seminars. So maybe maybe you have a message, or someone is supposed to mediumship. You have the ability to connect. Mediumship. I think there's several messages for different people. Mediumship, Earth Angel. You are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. That's another pairing. Mediumship, Earth Angel. So mediumship, if you don't understand, a medium is someone... So there's psychics and there's mediums. Mediums are like channelers who channel higher knowledge or wisdom. And then psychics are people like the card reader people, like the tarot card people who they do little tarot readings, and they could predict things before they happen, that kind of thing, or they read energy. I can't, I mean, I don't know how to read tarot, unfortunately. Maybe I should learn. But I mean, I do kind of feel claircognizant though, because I'll meet someone and I'll know a lot about them and everything before they talk. That's called claircognizance. I do believe we're all a little psychic. I know if you're like, that's not possible, I do think it is possible. But it says Earth Angel mediumship. So maybe you have Earth Angel qualities. So Earth Angels, if you think about someone angelic, angels are like the God's army. I don't know, what do I call it? Not God's army, the spirit world's, not minions, because they're not evil. If you believe in starseeds and stuff, the Pleiadians are supposed to be allegedly kind of like that. They carry a very angelic presence, very soft presence, compassion-driven, empath-driven. I mean, if you look at it, she's holding a sphere with there's butterflies and stuff in there. And she's using energy to kind of protect the earth or the nature and stuff. So maybe you're a Reiki healer. Maybe you have a strong connection to animals. Maybe passed on loved ones try to communicate with you, or people from, however that works. But that's another pairing that came out. Or it says law of attraction. You are profoundly clairvoyant. Ascended masters watch over you. That's what it says. So I'm going to keep going a little more. Third eye chakra. That's not a pairing, but twin flame. Maybe you have a spiritual assignment or divine partnership with someone, because it is pairing. Everything is coming out in twos. Maybe so third eye is your psychic, so maybe there's someone out there who has similar abilities to you, and that's your divine, like they're a, oh my god, it's hot. Ugh, maybe they're hot. I don't like to categorize people by number. Like, you know, when people go, oh, he's a 10 or he's a 5 or whatever. I don't like to do that. It's so hot. Maybe you're getting intuitive insight about a partnership, a divine partner. Listen to your intuitive feelings. I feel like this needs to go here. No, whoever it is, or I mean, whatever it is, because this lady's looking, it's funny because she's like this lady, she looks like a very heavenly angel. There's a lot of flowers around her. Flowers, like roses, are very romantic. So she's watching over, because there's two people in this picture. So this is like a dude protecting, so there's two people, and then very rarely are there more than one person on this deck. So there's two people here. This lady is watching over these people. So maybe you have someone either in the physical or the spiritual who's watching over someone else. Or maybe someone's like playing matchmaker and trying to pair you up with someone else. I don't know. But it's someone, this person's very protective over this person, and they have a light around them. So maybe there is a divine partnership of some sort that is being protected by this person, this energy here. I don't know. Take it as you see it, because I don't know. I'm just reading what comes out. So I feel like I'm such a bad shuffler. You see that I'm such a bad shuffler. Chefler? Maybe that's a chef. Maybe someone's a chef. Someone likes to cook. That's weird. Parent sacral chakra. I don't know why I don't know what that means. Parent sacral chakra. So this came out, another pairing came out, parents sacral chakra. So that says, the divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their abilities. The angels are helping you heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. Sacral chakra, you are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. So there's two ways I can take it. Like, either you need to clear out energy with your family. I mean, this lady's sprinkling flowers everywhere in the bucket. Like, she has a basket with flowers. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. I need more. I don't really know what... That's a tricky one. I don't really know what that means. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Vegetarian, vegan. Because I said I need more clarification. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. And it's funny, I will say my parents are actually, I don't think they're vegan, but they're pescatarian. Like, they don't eat any meat. And the card in the middle says you are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods. So maybe you need to be more conscientious about your diet, or like this one, like eat more nutritious foods. I know for me, I'm so bad at that. I'm proud of myself if I eat sweet potato fries. That's like my vegetable. I hate vegetables. I am like a kid in that respect. Like I really don't like, ow, I don't like vegetables. I don't eat bananas. I don't like banana. I hate bananas. Oh my God, I hate bananas. If you put banana in a smoothie, oh my God, I hate bananas. I don't know why. I tried to as a kid growing up I wish I was like one, those kids that, like I don't eat grapes. I don't eat any fruit like alone, like strawberries. It has to be in a smoothie. Like I will not have, and mind you, this kind of stuff, fruits and veggies are like, they're from the earth, if they're not genetically modified or sprayed pesticides on. Because I hear a lot of, unfortunately, now apparently we spray like preservatives and pesticides, but yeah, maybe it's easier for you if you're someone that likes to eat that stuff. Good for you. For me, I don't. I tried to be vegan one point. It was really hard because I worked in an Italian restaurant. I was 17, 18, 19 years old when I tried to become vegan. It did not work out. My boss would not let me. He was Italian. He was from Sicily, and he grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and I called him Uncle Tony. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, that's what's saying, maybe you have to, there's processed foods. I will say, if you have not seen his channel, I really wasn't into that stuff, health conscious eating or whatever. His name is Bobby Approved. He goes through, like, he speaks a lot. I feel like there's a lot of shift in movement lately, especially in the US, because I've asked myself, I go, why is it that the rate of cancer, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, women are the number one at risk factors for developing heart disease, congestive heart failure, smoking. I mean, look, in Europe, so many people smoke and whatever, but people are like stick thin. They also, Canada has universal health care. Europe also provides universal health care, from what I understand. I don't really know how that works, but if you look at the rates of like suicide, depression, anxiety, because diet also plays a role with mental health, as I've come to learn. But for some reason, the US, I don't know if it's because of high fructose corn syrup, the oils that we cook with, the way that food is harvested and created. Certain things are sold in markets, I think, that shouldn't be sold in the market. Like, if you look at a label and it says like Blue One, Red 2, like all these different, like if you read a label and you can't understand half the stuff that's on there, then you probably shouldn't be consuming it, because that means a lot of shit was put into it to give it that flavor. And unfortunately, as a kid growing up, like we go to the movies and we buy popcorn and we buy candy and all this stuff. We get very accustomed to that. And because we're a highly industrialized society, right? Like we have access to technology and things. Like we can replicate, like, we have like meat alternatives now. But even the meat alternatives, if they're packed with soy, and soy's been linked to breast cancer. So it's I don't know. I just don't know why in other countries their diet, like you look at what was it? It was called the Blue Zones. The Blue Zones. When I watched this documentary with Zac Efron and Darren Olean, who wrote a book on nutrition. I actually bought that for my dad as a gift. And in that documentary, it's called Down to Earth. It was a really good documentary. And they went on this search, like, for basically, like, sustainability and longevity. Like, what are the secrets to longevity? And there was an area in Italy where the people were centenarians and they lived to 100. And, like, they said, why is that? They did, researchers went in and said, why are they doing that? They walked everywhere, uphill. Like, there was a guy who was 80 or 90 years old, and he literally just walked everywhere. He had a glass of wine every day. And wine has resveratrol and antioxidants in it. It also has melatonin in it. Also, wine has sulfites and could have trace amounts of arsenic, but arsenic in low doses is not bad. It's once something reaches a certain threshold, that's when it becomes toxic or poisonous. But there's naturally occurring substances like cyanide, arsenic, lead, fluoride, but when they surpass that threshold, that's when it becomes toxic. They did, so maybe someone needs to watch that documentary called Down to Earth. And this literally called blue zones, and it's these areas that are, there was one in Japan. It wasn't Okinawa, it was another area of Japan. There was Japan, Italy, I don't know if it was Costa Rica. It's these areas of high concentration with people who live past 100, with centenarians, and they're known. There's a book called the Blue Zone Diet, where maybe that's also relevant for someone to look into that book. But basically, it's this idea of changing, like eating more, not, I guess, fibrous foods, like with high fiber, high protein. There's certain omega-3 fatty acids, like triglycerides, that are good for you, like coconut oil, olive oil has that. Some nuts, like walnuts. Because everything in moderation. There's certain grains, whole grains are good for you. I don't know if it was this administration, our administration now, that was working on that, but there was something with like the food plate, like the different food groups was changing in the pyramid. I remember when I was in middle school, it was called mypyramid.gov, and then there were different, like at the bottom was like the starchy foods, and then you had like there's whole grains, proteins, whatever. So I don't know, I just feel like we need to be more conscientious about what we're putting in our bodies, because I do think, forget about targeting, like with my situation, I do think that we are privy or prone to heavy metal toxicity, because I remember there was a mom who swabbed her child's Cheerios, and it was a dad, he swabbed his child's food, the Cheerios, and it was Honey Nut Cheerios or something, but they had trace amounts of like lead in the food, and that was going into the child's body. So if you think about that, that's frightening. Like, imagine if I had a kid and I was giving my kid without, absentmindedly, because because the thing is, we trust, right, with the FDA, like we would trust. I had a conversation about this with someone recently, because we trust that like these people have our best interests at heart, and that they oversee the what's the word, aggregation, or the the harvesting of crops and things like that. But we really don't know, even cows, like when cows milk, like eggs. I've watched so many videos recently about eggs. I didn't realize that an eggshell is porous. So like there are some eggs that are fake eggs. Like there are eggs that there's cage-free eggs, there's pasture-raised eggs. What was it? Cage-free, pasture-raised, and free-range. And these poor little chickens, some of them are kept in the cage where, I don't know if you care, all animals are sentient beings. They all have feelings. And some people, you may not care about animals. And this is coming from someone, yes, I do eat meat. I haven't eaten that much meat as of recently. But these animals some of them are not treated humanely. These chickens are kept in a coop with no room, and they just lay the eggs and they feed off of corn or some other stuff. And free range or pasture raised chickens are ones that can move around a field, and they eat natural things, like they have a natural diet. And some chickens are given hormones and plumped. It's sad. And if you think that's what we're eating, That's what we're eating. And if you really think about it, look at how many kids get cancer. How many people develop pancreatic, you know, the rate of people with colon cancer or rectal cancer, even ovarian cancer, that all has increased exponentially in recent years. Studies show that, and you really wonder why. Young people who are not supposed to be getting colon cancer are getting colon cancer. You know, throat cancer. You think of all the things that our environment, radiation, you know, and that's what I wish people would focus on in our world or in this country. Is like, if people really have our country's, like, people, citizens' best interests at heart, they would make sure that our food is clean, our water is clean, our air is clean, radiation gets reduced, pollution gets reduced, all that stuff. It's so important, you know, because I'm sure people that are really rich, they have access to filtration systems, and they can buy the best foods, you know. And that's something that I've struggled with recently, going through my situation, that I've become very broke and poor, unfortunately, just because of the way that things have turned out. I tell myself, the people that have the money can afford to shop at places that are very ultra exclusive, meaning, like, you know, organic markets. Like when I was in Vermont, there was it was called City Co-op, and I loved it. It was beautiful. It was like Whole Foods, but like 10 times better. No offense to Whole Foods, but like, it was so well organized, and they had all these different vendors, and they were very health conscious. Not like where it's like annoying, but it's like you could trust that you knew that the food that you were getting there was safe. And like the cheese, and because even cheese has cellulose, which is wood pulp, in it, tree pulp, right? It has natamycin, it has mold inhibitors, enzymes and things, you know, like to prevent caking in this. So I get, like, preservatives are sometimes necessary, like in cosmetics. I don't know if it's propylene glycol or ethyl glycol or something, cetyl alcohol, vegetable derived alcohols, things, allotonin, things to help preserve the sanctity or the integrity of the product. But at the same time, we're putting this stuff on our face. Like, if you think, like, deodorants have a lot of aluminum, and I think I've been wanting to try it, but I know it's a men's deodorant, but The Rock came out with this deodorant called Papatui. And I bet you I feel like it's probably smells like a Hawaiian island, and I'm like, I was like, I wish I could try it. I've been so sensitive to deodorants. And it's funny, initially I was going to create a YouTube channel, like, solely dedicated to finding things for highly sensitive people, HSPs as I call them, because I am a highly sensitive person, like to smells, cleaning detergents, but I have seen this shift in movement to in consumerism, where people now are more conscientious about what they're putting in their bodies, and what even, like, laundry detergents, like, or cleaning sprays. Because when you think about it, when goods are mass produced, it's lesser of a cost for a corporation to use like synthetic materials or use inorganic stuff to mass produce stuff, right? Because when you think about it, the cost of manufacturing things, it costs more to use real like good wholesome products than it does to use, I think, like, cheaper materials, you know, synthetic stuff, right? Like cookies, like I've seen, I get, and it's hard for me because I've had cookies where it says natural and artificially flavored, and I'm like, because that means that there's artificial stuff being placed in it to give it a certain flavor, and you don't want that. You want things that are of natural origin, natural substance. But the thing is that if you're poor, or in poverty or below the poverty, you know, even not just poor, like if you can't afford to spend $10 on eggs, or you can't afford to spend $15 on organic chicken, people that are not wealthy. Like, I wish there was a way we could figure out to like give people access to clean foods, organic foods. But even organic foods now are being sprayed with shit, and it's hard. It's hard. But anyways, I mean, what came out is parents, sacral chakra, vegetarian, vegan. So maybe maybe you need to clear out. I don't know why the parents card came out. I will say my family, it's funny though, they are actually more into like that health stuff. Power animal. What time is it? 10:31. You have a power animal. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's an animal that you're connected to or feel. She's on a horse. I will say I do love horses. Horses are very regal creatures. Oh no, it's a unicorn. I take it back. She has a little horn, but like, horses are very regal. It actually looks like, you know that horse in, because with the wings, you know in Hercules' horse was called Pegasus. So, I don't know, unicorn animals, power animal, animal therapy? I don't know. I did do equine therapy a while back. Vacuum away fear. I'm going to put that with the food. So maybe you have, I know I definitely have fear surrounding food. I, unfortunately, because of the food poisoning experience I had a few months ago, I'm very reluctant to eat certain foods. I'm scared to eat certain foods, especially even vegetables or fruits. But it says vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, the situation, and everyone involved. So if you have some fear surrounding something, whether it's even family or relationships, or like for me, it's been food, people messing with my stuff, it's saying to pray over that. Try not to get too caught up in fear-based mentality or thinking. Oh my god, I have to post this soon. It's 10:33. But okay, so now interesting though, shield yourself came out. And it fell on top of the if you look, so I'm gonna try to as best as I can. The cards have been coming out in pairs, which is interesting. But it fell. So if you look at it here, see this is one, that's a pairing over there, that's a pairing there. That's this over here about the food, the whatever. This came out that way, kind of together in a group. And then this is over here, like that. That came out as a pairing. And then this card, which said shield yourself, came out by the twin flame thing. So I find that interesting because I don't know why. It came out really right next to this. So maybe there is someone that is a romantic interest or partner. It says, the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Maybe there's someone in your life who's also like a divine counter. So it's interesting. The whole twin flame thing is really interesting because like there's this idea that it could be your twin mirror or your opposite or someone, but it's someone who is of relevance or is important or in your life presently or will be possibly or has been. But it says listen to your intuitive feelings. It also says shield yourself because someone could be trying to enter your space or your life and they're not fully healed yet, or they aren't operating out of integrity or whatever, or they're, just be mindful of that. Like they may be more ego-based thinking or behavior, so it's saying to shield yourself, protect maybe they have very harsh energy. I don't know, that's what. And it says listen to your intuitive feelings, your body receiving accurate message. So just listen to but it's also being protected. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Maybe they're also very intuitive or intuitively driven person. Or gifted. Maybe they're into psychic stuff or spirituality like yourself, if you are into that sort of thing. But it's interesting. Oh, look, Archangel Raphael. Maybe, yes, what I just said, they're operating out of ego or something. Maybe it's someone who's a divine counterpart, but they're operating out of ego, and they have a tendency to be very harsh, or, you know, or possessive. But if you look at it, Archangel, this angel is like, the way that it came out was like, it looks like this. So someone is being given healing energy to heal something, heal someone, heal something. God box, maybe you have to pray for that person. Maybe someone's struggling or going through something difficult, or has gone through something difficult. Ascended Masters, Law of Attraction. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know if there's any other, wait, let me get my other thing. Oh my God, it's 10:36. I want a cookie. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry right now. I'm so hungry. I'm like the Dalmatian. You know the Dalmatian in 101 Dalmatians? The Disney movie 101 Dalmatians? I'm like the roll, is it called Rolly? I think Rolly. The one that's always hungry. I'm that one. I also lost a lot of weight. I lost 35 pounds. God, why is someone throw something in a dumpster? I know that was Wild Burger, right? Here. See, that scared her. So now she wants to go in her little cozy space. You can go to cozy space. What else was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm hungry though. I'm not serious. I will take one of these. I don't know if these are safe. Oh my God! Good Lord! Why is this so cumbersome? Oh my Lanta. Maybe someone's from Atlanta? I just said, oh my Lanta. Ay, ay, ay. Isn't ay, ay, ay Mexican? Maybe someone's Mexican? Maybe you're Mexican? I don't know. Yo no sé qué. Hey, brother. Oh wait, no, the deck. Let's get the other deck. I'm gonna stick with what I know. Hold on, if you want something and stuff. See, look, on that bag, that's from Target. It says non-GMO verified. Non-GMOproject.org. Anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yes, I do eat now. For people that are like, she doesn't eat, I do eat. I just want to know why my hair's falling out though. See my hair, just another hair. My manners need so much work. Okay. Where's my coaster? Was that good, baby? Was that tasty? I know, I gotta feed you. I'm sorry. I have to feed you. This is gonna be posted after midnight, which is whatever. It is what it is. Okay, as I was saying, another siren. There's been literally 4 sirens in the past hour. 4 sirens. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Another ambulance siren. Another ambulance siren. 4 sirens in the past hour. That means that there's been 4 emergencies in the past hour, which I hope. Sometimes I wonder if they turn those sounds on just so they can go through the traffic lights. Honestly, I really do. Sometimes I wonder. I'm like, I think they just they turn on their they turn on their sirens so they so they can go through the ay ay ay. Isn't that a Mexican thing when you say ay ay ay? It's not like oy vey. Oy vey is Jewish. Ay 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 is a I think Speedy Gonzalez. Let's wrap up this reading so I can. Okay, Earth Blessings Oracle deck. Okay. Oh, I remember when I did do this. Oh yes, I tried it. Oh, that's right. I did do a reading and then it didn't record. I tried it on my computer, and then it didn't record. Like it deleted. I don't know why. Sometimes I record stuff on the computer and then it'll like. It won't save it. Okay, here we go. See, I don't knock on the things. You know, some people knock on I don't do that. Or like, I don't know. I just, whatever. I'm just like, what's, tell me what I need to know. Resolved. May you let it go. Resolved. So if you have an issue grab a tissue. If you have an issue, just know that it's been resolved already, either in the spirit world or otherwise. Maybe also you live by a babbling brook. Maybe someone's name is Brooke. I keep thinking, you know, Brooke Wyndham is the name. Oh, interesting. That's the name of a character in Legally Blonde. She was like, what was it? Oh, she was, the character, I think if I remember correctly, she was convicted or suspected of murder, but then she wasn't. She went on trial or something, and then Elle Woods was her lawyer, and then they figured out it was another girl that was the murderer of another thing, that it wasn't who they thought it was. So, but anyways, it says, surrender, may you release the old. Also, this card came out, but I'm going to put it back. It's sensational. Every time I think of this, I think of sensuality. I don't know why. It makes me think of sex and sexuality. I'm going to put it back. But it says, may you release the old. Surrender. There's a song called Surrender from... I first learned of it from the show Jane the Virgin. It's a beautiful show. Beautiful show. Beautiful song. It is a beautiful show, too. But there's a song by Natalie something. Maybe someone's name is Natalie. I don't know. Or Natalie. Maybe someone named Natalie surrendered or will surrender. I don't know if that's relevant to someone. Bless you, baby. But it says surrender, may you release the old. But there's a song by an artist, Wander, named Natalie. Rest. Comfort. Oh, resourceful. Interesting. There's a few cards that came out. This one I'm not really too pretty. Rest, comfort, resourceful. May you recover and rise again. Rest. May you find moments of serenity, comfort. Rest. Maybe you need to rest. This always comes, this one has a pier, so it's like the ocean. Find comfort near the ocean or find comfort in nature. This looks like stick season. There's a song by Noah. There's sticks and then resourceful. May you recover and rise again. That's a thunderstorm. So if you've been having stormy weather, literally, or if there's been stormy, isn't Kylie Jenner's daughter named Stormy? I don't know why. Maybe that's relevant to someone. I don't know. I just know stormy weather. I think her daughter's name is Stormy. She was a cute kid. I remember when I saw her. I don't know them personally. But just, anyways, stormy weather. Isn't that's a song by Billie Holiday, right? Something that was very chaotic. May you recover and rise again. Stormy weather. Grounded. Alchemy. Stay grounded. Use, it says, may the earth sustain you. That's all it makes me think of food, like earth food. Also, rest came out underneath grounded. So it looked like this on the table. It was like this. They were stacked on top of each other. And this is a pier and this is a beach. That's been coming out a lot, actually. A lot. And like the water has been very relevant. Water is very transformative. It's very purifying and cleansing. And then rest, grounded, the beach. Maybe you live near the ocean. Maybe someone should be. I've been, for some reason, I feel like Moana. I'm like, I feel called or compelled to move. I can't move right now, but I feel called or compelled to do that and do like beach yoga. And then it says alchemy. May you find your gold. Yeah, that came out. So those look like crops. That looks like wheat crops. Golden amber. Oh my God! Isn't that in the national anthem? Golden. Oh my God! With amber waves of grain, with purple mountain majesties across the fruit plain. No, the fifth siren, bro. The fifth siren. Do we hear this? Remember how I said people are trying to block you with a message? Fifth siren today. Do you hear that? Or an emergency. Someone's trying to drown out a message or something. Do you hear that? Listen. Or an emergency. You just be careful. Take it as you wish. But as you wish? Alexa, what movie had the line in it, as you wish? Or what movie is called As You Wish?
The line "As You Wish" is from The Princess Bride. It's a famous quote from the 1987 movie where Wesley, played by Carrie Ellis, says it to Buttercup, played by Robin Wright.
Okay. Anyways, so The Princess Bride might be relevant. That movie, I don't remember that movie. I think it's an older movie from like the 60s or 70s. But As You Wish, I don't know, that stuck out to me. So The Princess Bride is relevant. That says, may you find your gold. But, amber waves of grain. I said this before, maybe someone's name is Amber. Maybe someone has amber colored hair. That's in the national anthem. America, where it goes, purple mountain majesties of rose. No. Amber waves of rain, for purple mountain majesties of... Oh my God, another, do you hear that? The sixth siren. The sixth siren. Maybe the number 6 is relevant also. Inspired, continue. But people could be trying to stop your message or drown you out or something like that. Grounded, alchemy. Inspired, continue. So continue on your path, trust the path, remain grounded and humble, find peace. Just know that if there was a situation that you're dealing with, like I'm going through something, I still don't feel like it's resolved, but over here it says resolved surrender, and that came out in a pair. Oh, au pair. Au pair. Maybe someone's an au pair. Maybe you should be an au pair. I can't be an au pair because I have my doggy. But an au pair, I think, teaches languages or is like a mentor to children. But maybe that's relevant for you. But it says resolve, may you let it go. Surrender, may you release the old. Rest, may you find moments of serenity. Comfort, may nature be the balm. Resourceful, grounded, alchemy, inspired, continue. You know what's a funny? Dream. Isn't that the name of a kid? Stormy and Dream. No, Dream is... that's the name... I think Dream is the name of Cardi B's daughter. I don't know why celebrities' names are reminding me, because Cardi B has a daughter named... Hey, I doubt Cardi B even knows who the fuck I am. I have much respect for her because she worked really hard, and she was a dancer, actually. She was an exotic dancer. And I recently listened to a thing where she said that she teaches her children discipline, and that you have to like work hard for, and she's wealthy. She's super wealthy. But I don't know why 2 celebrities, I mentioned the name, the daughter of one of them, Kylie Jenner, and then the other one, Dream, I think is, so that's relevant. Children are relevant. Keep your children safe. I don't know. Someone's child, maybe, I don't know. Children are important. Or dream big. Even though things can seem stormy and scary. Just dream big. I don't know. Conserve. May you find the balance. Conserve your energy. Conserve money. Save your money. Save your wealth. If you are wealthy, conserve your money. Oh, look, offering. Clarity. I literally just said conserve your money, save wealth, and it says offering. And what is that in there? Coins, money. Clarity. Save your money, save your wealth. Even if you're wealthy, like maybe protect your wealth, ensure your wealth. That's a message for someone. Ensure your wealth. I don't know what that means. I don't know insurance that well, but something inside me wanted me to say ensure your wealth. Alexa, what does it mean to ensure your wealth?
Ensuring your wealth means preserving the value of your assets over time so they stay protected against inflation, market swings, and unexpected events. It involves a financial plan, diversified investments, an emergency fund, insurance, and estate planning to pass it on.
Okay. That's relevant for someone. Ensure your wealth. Oh, okay, that's weird. Thank you. Log off. Sign off.
Glad I can help.
Bottom of the deck says trust. So every time this made me think of actually trust in the process. But it also, okay. Okay, so this came out a few months ago, like a year ago, when I did a reading before, and it said trust. When I was in Indiana, actually. Maybe you have a trust in your name. Like trust the process, but it could be literally like a trust. And I just noticed, if you look, this looks like Africa. This looks like African land, like the Serengeti, or this like a safari. But anyways, besides that, there's vultures in the tree. And it like, that's interesting. There's vultures. Maybe someone has, because look, it says offering clarity. This is about wealth, and I just said ensure your wealth. And it says trust. So maybe there's a trust in someone's name, or you're in someone's will or something like that, and there's clarity coming in, or you have clarity about that. But if you look in the tree, those are vultures. So there could be people looking over something or trying to steal something. But maybe if you are wealth, okay, back of the deck, I kept pulling cards. Miracle. There's a miracle involved with something. I'm gonna take it. There's a miracle. Trust in the miracle. Someone's name could be Miracle. May a miracle come to you. So there's a miracle or something miraculous about a trust or trusting in God, leap of faith, trust in you. I don't know. Whatever it is, there are vultures though. Be mindful because there are vultures. And look, my middle finger just came out. So there's someone that doesn't have good intentions for something. So just be mindful of that. But it could be about something, because I just said ensure your wealth. This is back, law of attraction, visualize success, goddess energy. I will say when I think of, when I think of Cardi B or the other girl, Kylie Jenner, I mean, she was, when I had a little qualms with that. Side note, when she got all the plastic surgery, I was like, because to me, if you love yourself as you are. Everyone's entitled to do what they want, but like, she does carry, I will say, both of them do carry goddess-like energy, you know. I don't know if that's relevant for somebody. Ensure your wealth, generational wealth, passing on generational wealth. I don't know what that. Law of attraction, visualize success. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So this fell on the floor. Something fell on the floor. Yeah. Awake. Maybe waking up to to reality, to the truth of things. Awaken, someone's awakened. Artistry, key. Artistry. I did mention they are artists. I don't know why I mentioned celebrities though, because I rarely ever talk about that stuff. Artistry. I don't know. Artistry. I don't know if I want to take that one. Flourish. Charm. I don't know, that's what I don't know. But just be mindful about wealth or something with wealth, offering, ensure your wealth, trust in God, trust that a miracle will come to you. But know that there are vultures or people lurking to try to steal something, or someone wants to steal wealth. I don't know, that's what. But you're awakened, your third eye is awakened to this. Or there's clarity or offering. Artistry. Oh, interesting. Maybe something that has to do with artistry. That came out again, artistry. Something smells weird. Ugh, I'm gonna open the window, it smells funky. Right? Doesn't it smell funky, Gabriel? I'm sorry, see, when it smells funky, I have to open the window because it smells weird. Artistry. Artistry makes me think of art, like actual art, maybe performing arts. Oh, shadow. Artistry, that's weird. Shadow. Dark side of artistry. The dark side of artistry. Why would that? Artistry. The dark side of artistry. I don't know why that's weird. Artistry. I don't know why they came out like that. Shadow. May what is hidden come to light. The I don't know, the dark side of honesty, a ripple effect. I don't know, right now I smell alcohol. It smells weird. Not like paint thinner, just weird. Upbeat. Back of the deck, I don't know, this is I don't know, dark side of artistry. I don't know, maybe if you are someone who does, I don't know why that, it doesn't even make sense with this reading. I don't know where that came from. Maybe you're someone who works in artistry or an artist or, I don't do this. I'm not in that world. I used to do, not really art. I was in dance, like I did ballet and stuff, but that was years ago. Oh, okay, that's weird. I just cut the deck and ear chakra came. Ear chakra, be willing to forgive. So if someone hurt you and you're an artist, it says be willing to forgive them, because ear chakra relates to music and stuff. So if you are someone who got hurt by someone in the music, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Be willing to forgive them. I don't know. Someone in the music industry hurt you, or someone that works in the arts, but there's the dark side of the arts. Oh, the dark arts, like Harry Potter. The dark arts. Maybe someone does maybe there's someone that does the dark arts, like black magic or witchcraft. Because look, if you look at the colors, it's dark, and it has a ripple effect. Ripple, that's the name of a milk made with pea protein. Maybe someone needs to drink Ripple milk. I don't know. Or plant-based milk. What do you think, Bear? ¿Qué pasa, Mufasa? ¿Qué pasa, Mufasa? Hi, lady. I know I gotta feed you. I'm sorry. I love you so much. I'm so happy my dog is alive and that I'm still alive. It really is a blessing. What? I pat you on the butts. I pat you on the butts. Interesting though. Weird. Artistry, shadow. Maybe the dark arts. Like when I think of dark arts, I think of like Harry Potter, like witchcraft, sorcery, wizardry. What do you think? Dark arts. Or maybe there is like the dark side of so maybe if you're someone that works in if you're an artist, if you I don't do this stuff, so that's why I know it's not my message, but this is specific for someone. I don't know. If you offering clarity. Someone may want to offer you something in the arts, but it comes at a cost, so just be mindful of that. Or it comes with a price, or a lot of money, or the arts. But it's not. Just know that it's not but you're nurtured, like you're protected from it or something. But it's not just be careful, because it comes with like I don't know. Artistry, shadow. So just be mindful that the dark arts, or someone's using dark arts. Oh, before what came out was kindred. Before it said, I didn't look at it yet, but it said kindred, like kindred spirits, family, kindred, divine. May you find the bliss. May you appreciate your knowledge. Divine knowledge, divine inheritance, a divine protection. But just be mindful about an offer. Someone wants to maybe make it something dark arts, dark magic, sorcery. The dark side of, I don't know. That's interesting, the dark arts. The dark side, or yeah, maybe you do performing arts, but there's a dark side to it. Things that are left untalked about in the shadows. But it said, may what is hidden come to light. I don't know, take what you will from that. I don't know. I feel like that world is filled with that stuff. That's why, I used to do years ago, I came from the performing arts, and the performing arts is very therapeutic. It's very healing. Self-expression, emotive things like that are very good for soul transformation. Some people just like to do performing arts because it's fun, like comedians or whatever, but like some pieces of work are a reflection of actual life. Like there's so many plays. There's like Equus. There's Fences. There's the one in Oleana by David Mamet. There's what's the other one I was gonna say? Streetcar Named Desire. There's a usually playwrights and stuff. They write stories based off of their life or their experiences, so it mimics real life situations. So people that like the performing arts, that certain things resonate with them, and that's why it's so moving if you are a fan of that stuff. Some people do the arts because they look for a come up and they do it for ego and power and greed, and other people are true artists that really care, I think, about music and creativity and creating something from nothing. Some people just want to do it because I think that's what they call industry people, industry babies, or whatever, industry plants and all that. I don't know. I don't want to get into conspiracy stuff, but there's people who do it for the sake of music and for artistry, and there's people who do it because they just want to be rich and famous. It's kind of like when I watched a video about this former Secret Service lady who she said you could tell the people who were like, when they wanted to become Secret Service, that the ones that were like, I just want to use a gun and look cool, like they weren't gonna get that far. But people who were like, yeah, I care about our country and I care about the safety of the people in our country, that's those were the ones who did really well and they excelled in that. Now this is sensational stronger. May your sensitivity be your strength. May you find your roots wherever you walk. So maybe you've been through a lot, but it made you stronger. I always think of this as sensuality for some reason. Maybe you got it, like for me, I know I got in touch with my divine femininity over this whole experience. So, resonance. The ocean is relevant again. So that's all that I have with that. It's already 11:07. That makes me think of 007, like James Bond. I don't know. Maybe someone's British. Maybe you're British. I don't know. Yo no sé qué. Maybe you're a British artist. Maybe you're into, maybe you live in the UK and you're a British actor or a British artist and starving artist. I don't know. And you're a troubadour, or I don't know. There is a dark side to everything, unfortunately. And some things people, they say, it's like quid pro quo. If you do this, I'll give you this. So be mindful of people trying to offer you things or, But if you are, it says trust in a miracle, that a miracle will come to you. Trust that, you're protected divinely. And, but just be mindful, if it's actual wealth, like, or something, just be mindful because there could be vultures lurking, trying to hurt you with that or something. But also know that whatever it is that's ailing you or hurting you, just know that it's resolved and to let it go because it's been handled or something. Hopefully you haven't been handled, like handlers and stuff. But yeah, it's literally 1, 2, 3 on the clock right now. It says 1, 2, 3. I love angel numbers and sequences or whatever. Not like in an autistic way, just like angel numbers, like when you have 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 11, 11, stuff like that. But it says 1, 2, 3. So, I didn't do my Saint Angel stack. Bonnie's looking outside the window. She loves to see. She's like, so anyways, let's see what, back of the deck, miracle. Funny enough, another thing says miracle. Maybe you experienced a miracle, or you witnessed a miracle. Maybe you are a miracle, I don't know. I remember the group that my brother and I were in were called the Musical Miracles. So, healing. Music could be very healing. I don't know. Ensure your wealth. Anyways, let's see what it says. Saints and Angels. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's the Saints and Angels deck. So, I don't really do tarot. Like I said, I don't really want it. Healing. I just said healing. The chalice. Saint Padre Pio. Alexa, what is Saint Padre Pio known for? I don't know who this guy is.
Padre Pio is famed for receiving the stigmata, wounds mirroring Christ's crucifixion, and for his mystic healing abilities. He was also a Capuchin priest celebrated for deep spirituality, visions, and bilocation, later canonized in 2002.
Okay. So healing, a miracle. Maybe if you've been sick, miracle that you, maybe it's a miracle, maybe that you're healing from something that was supposed to kill you or take you, I don't know. Go figure, I don't know. But you're healing. Healing is relevant in some way. You're a leader. Joan of Arc. Martin Scorsese actually did a whole documentary on the saints. I thought it was, I watched it when I was in Indiana. That was so good. He highlighted, like, almost like he made a movie, like a feature film style thing on the saints. So, healing, you're a leader, speak your truth. This is what came out. Healing, maybe if you you help people through your words, if that is something, maybe you're a motivational speaker. I don't really do public speaking, but maybe someone does do public speaking, or maybe you should do public speaking, I don't know. It says speak your truth. Back of the deck says activist. Again, I don't consider myself an activist, so that's Mother Teresa. So I don't know, but you can kind of be an activist in small ways though. You don't have to be like a staple in your community or do things on a monumental scale to be an activist. I think you can be an activist in your own way. It says speak your truth. Oh, Saint Bernadette, that's who's the bottom. Alexa, what is Saint Bernadette known for? Oh, yeah.
Saint Bernadette is famed for her 1858 visions of the Virgin Mary at the Lourdes Grotto, which asked her to build a chapel there. She was later canonized in 1933 and became the patron of illness and the poor.
Anything else? Move. Either move your body or physically move locations. It says move. And you have a guardian angel watching over you. So it says move your body, like physical, like move around, get your body moving. Or, oh, and also, okay, so that's interesting because healing, so this is stacked on top of each other, healing and move. So maybe movement is really important, exercise is important, yoga, stretching, dancing, whatever, retreat, move, retreat. It could also mean like move, like relocate somewhere else, retreat, hide. Retreat means like to go inward, retreat to yourself in solitude or learning experience. Don't nick my toes right now, my toes are dirty. You silly lady. My toes are dirty, you don't lick my toes. 11:13. I have to hurry up though. Video too. Higher education. Learning, diploma, graduation. Be brave. Maybe, see, oh, no, interesting. Move, retreat, learning experience, higher education, maybe get acquire knowledge or go back to school. That's what she's holding, a diploma. Maybe you graduated or you're a graduate of some program or something like that. Of college, school, or if you want to pursue school later on, I don't know, that's what it's saying, learning experience. If you've been someone that's been interested in learning a new trade or a new skill, enhancing your skills, building upon the skills that you already have, be brave. I said guardian angel, heaven is watching over you, so people are watching over you. Generosity, emotions, I don't know what that means. Generosity, I don't know what that means. Forgiveness, reward. Generosity, emotions. People may be overwhelmed with emotion. Maybe they want your forgiveness for something. I don't know. And you'd be rewarded, or someone wants to reward you with something. They want you to forgive them. Generosity, it's tied to a reward or something like redemption or something. I don't know. Commitment, sweetness. Stay optimistic, stay kind, stay humble. Confidence, marriage, play music, activist. I don't know. That's really what's coming out. So, healing, you're a leader, speak your truth. Move your body, or move or retreat, go inward, or actually retreat somewhere so you can regain clarity. Because a lot of the times, if you're around a lot of harsh energies, which is what the other reading said, to clear out your energies of toxicity in relationships, you can't think clearly. You can't heal in the same place that hurt you. Learning experience, higher education, be brave, heaven is watching over you. Practice makes perfect. I don't know what that means. Maybe practice something. Faith. Maybe you need to have more faith. Practice your faith more. If you lack faith or you doubt yourself, maybe have more faith, have confidence in that. But it says generosity, emotions, forgiveness. Maybe be more generous with your emotions. Be willing to forgive people who hurt you, and then because of that, maybe you'll be rewarded either spiritually or physically, like with an actual reward of some kind. So take that if you want to see what it looks like from my end. That's what it looks like. So I know some people when they do card readings, they do it like this top down view, where I don't have it like that. I just, what it says, that's what comes out. Higher education, learning, maybe pursue higher education, build upon your skills, gain a certificate in something. If you think you're not good enough for it, you probably maybe are, and practice makes perfect. Like for me, I know I'm not good at tarot, so I don't do that. I'm also really bad at, I don't like math either. Math is not my strong suit. I've considered just taking for fun, like a course, like in chemistry or math, just to see if I can do it, to challenge myself. Reward came out again, so maybe someone wants to give you a reward of some kind for staying calm. Look, okay, blessings of abundance, optimism, sign from above, emotions, reward, blessing. Someone wants to like recompense or that's what it says. Animals, miracle animals. Maybe so this guy's with a bunch of animals, a cat, dog, birds. Maybe there's a miracle with an animal or pet of yours, that you're being protected, or your pet is being protected by God or by whatever, some higher power. By love, the miracle of love. I know it sounds so cliche. Love. Love is a many splendid thing. What is that from? Love is a many splendid. Isn't that from Moulin Rouge? Doesn't he say love is a many splendid thing? Alexa, what or who sings the song "Love Is a Many Splendid Thing"? Splendid thing.
The song "Love Is a Many Splendid Thing" was originally performed by the Four Aces. It's a classic from the 1955 movie of the same name and won an Academy Award for Best Original Song.
I don't know. Maybe that's relevant. Be brave. Just know that a miracle. Oh, heaven is watching over you. I'm gonna plug that one here. Heaven is watching over you. Animals, miracle, love, be brave. So, and look, she's with a large cat, Puma thing. Oh, I did have a cat named Puma. I don't know if he's still alive or not. He had many names: Mr. Gray, Kenzo. He was like the neighborhood cat back where I grew up in Miami or Coral Gables, and I loved him so much. Puma. I named him Puma. Heaven is watching over you. Animals, miracle. Hi, Bimmer. Miracle, love, be brave. Optimism, sign from above. Emotions, reward, blessings of abundance. It does smell funky in here, though, I'm gonna be honest. It smells like very sweet, like, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Heaven is watching over you. Animals, miracle, love. So your animals, if you have pets, your animals are being protected as well. Heaven is working overtime. The spirit world is working overtime to protect you or something like that. A lot of spiritual protection. Sleep. Rest. Rest is super important. Rest is so, because there's a lot of metabolic processes that happen during sleep. Literally, I'm not kidding. Like there's a lot of rejuvenation and on a cellular level, there's a lot of healing that happens when you sleep, you know, when you relax. The parasympathetic nervous system, the nervous system also. Oh look, don't compromise. Forgiveness. Don't compromise. She looks very angry. This lady's like, bitch. This is a bitch. Maybe there's a bitch in your life. I don't know. Maybe there's someone being really bitchy towards you or acting like a bitch towards you. God is saying don't compromise. But you have to be willing to forgive him or her. But someone's been... Look, bro. Look at the way these people are looking at each other. This bitch is like, bitch. And then she's like, Even there's like saints who are like pissed off. Look at this. She's like, And she's like, no, bitch. And she's like, bitch. I think it says speak your truth. She's like the more softer energies, but these two are like at it with each other. This one's like, I've had enough, but it's saying forgive. And then this lady over here is like, oh my God, I hate this bitch so much. I don't know who this energy is, but maybe there's someone in your life who's making things hard for you. But it says Saint Agnes, so she could look like this. She could have darker features. She could, you know, be jealous of you or something like that. You know, I don't know. But it says you have to be willing to forgive. But this lady's like, I'm so over this. This lady reminds me, you know, there's a lady called Teal Swan. She's a metaphysic and intuitive. She's been through a lot of shit too. But she kind of looks like that. But she has a halo. She's protected. She has divine... Look, okay, ready for this? Look at this. This lady has a halo. A divine... Oh, you know what it is? So this lady, what I'm getting here is this lady... So this is like an aura, right? This is like a... I think of divine, like wisdom, third eye chakra, divine inheritance, intuitions, like abilities. This lady doesn't have the aura around her. Even though I know it's a saint, but it's kind of giving me these vibes of like, this lady's jealous of this lady's like a spiritually guide or whatever, and then this one is like angry as shit. Jealous of this woman, but saying speak your truth. Perhaps so. Interesting. Just don't be willing to compromise on your beliefs and your morals because, you know, you may have haters hating on you. Just, you know, I can speak to this because I do have people I think that do that to me. I've met bitches indirectly, passive aggressively, but I haven't like, I don't know, like gang stalkers or whatever. But this lady's like, just stand in your power. If you look, just, you know, she's very unfazed. She's on a journey. It looks like she's on a path. She was walking a path. She was on a journey. And she's looking forward, not backwards. Like all this stuff is behind her, so she's focused on moving forwards. Also red, by the way, just, you know, red is very significant of, allegedly in color theory, if you wear red, it's supposed to ward off evil and envy. Red is a very powerful color. You know, red is also power, it's associated with lust, love, because Valentine's Day, red, whatever, but it's supposed to ward off envy and jealousy and greed and stuff like that, which I'm going to read. Oh my God, it's 11:24. I was going to go to the store, but I don't know if I'm going to go. What was the card? Forgiveness? I'm going to read both of those. But these two look angry. These look like bitches. Not both of them. Just this lady looks super bitchy, and she's just like, no. But you have to be willing to forgive. That's what I think. Forgiveness. The answer to your question involves letting go of resentment, judgment, and anger. You already know who or what to forgive. It's the first person or situation that comes to mind. You don't necessarily have to pardon the action involved, but this card is a message for you to release the toxins of anger. Maybe someone's someone's surrounding you with toxicity or wants to surround you with... I know I've been surrounded by toxins, like legit toxins. I'm not like actual toxins. Toward the person, agency, or situation. What bigger? Unforgiveness only hurts you, not the person with whom you're angry. You're preparing for a wonderful new chapter of your life, and forgiveness is part of your preparation. It's a refreshing and deeply healing shower of love that cleanses you inside and out. So maybe you need to take a shower. I don't know. A shower of love. Baby shower. Maybe someone's pregnant. I know I'm not pregnant. I hope I'm not pregnant. Maybe you will be pregnant. I don't know. Someone could be pregnant. I just thought of baby shower. This gives you energy, stamina, and high self-esteem, and it frees you to be yourself. Call upon Saint Mary Magdalene to help you to forgive or be forgiven. Oh, that's Mary Magdalene. So it's interesting because, you know, people used to say she was afflicted by demons, but the Roman soldiers fucked her. Like, they literally, excuse my language, but they raped her. And she had, back then they didn't understand mental health and stuff like that, but she didn't have actual demons afflict her. She was traumatized because she was used and abused for sexual stuff. Interesting. So it says, no. Call upon St. Mary Magdalene to help you forgive or be forgiven so that you can move on with your life and your dreams. Controversy surrounds this saint's specific relationship with Christ. The Bible describes her as a devoted companion and follower of Jesus who anointed him with oils from an alabaster jar, and she was also the first person to whom Christ appeared after his resurrection. Today, St. Mary Magdalene is a patron saint of women. As someone who was both misunderstood and forgiven, she's a powerful ally when you need to clear a misconception or grievance. So maybe whoever this bitch is, you have to be willing to forgive her because maybe, I don't know, someone prejudged you. I do get a lot of energy of jealousy, envy, and stuff with that, or greed, but maybe this person can relate to you somehow. But they're obviously jealous, but like maybe now they kind of get where you're coming from. I don't know. Don't compromise. I'm gonna read that one. I know, but I'm gonna feed you. You're asked to take a stand in favor of your truth and self-esteem. You don't need to compromise to get what you want. You can live by the truth of your beliefs. St. Agnes is your guide and role model in this aspect. She shows that in love relationships, as well as career, home, health, and other life areas, you mustn't compromise your values. If you're in a difficult situation, first try to negotiate a better solution with the people involved. For instance, if your romantic relationship is unsatisfactory, tell your partner your honest feelings, as we all should do, which we don't do. I do that, but other people don't. St. Agnes and your angels will help you speak truthfully with love so that your partner can really hear you. If this doesn't yield satisfactory results, the saint may guide you to a counselor or helpful organization. Maybe someone needs marriage counseling. Maybe one of you people needs a marriage counselor. Or maybe a counselor, period, a therapist. The key with this message, though, is to stand by your truth without compromise. As God's holy child, you deserve to be treated with love, respect, and dignity. Accept nothing less. St. Agnes was uncompromising and standing by her beliefs. Although she was tortured, Although she was tortured and threatened with death, she wouldn't renounce her faith. Legend also says that Agnes rejected would-be suitors, including a Roman dignitary, because she was determined to keep her chastity. Several men tried to rape her, but they were struck blind before they could harm her. Wow. She's a patron saint of engaged couples, and she assists those who wish to find the most suitable marital partner. Interesting. So maybe it's saying also, that could be too, maybe don't compromise in your relationships with people. Be willing to forgive people who hurt you, but also don't compromise, because they maybe realize they messed up and made a mistake, but that doesn't mean you're like, oh, it's okay, I forgive you, so all is forgiven. No, you forgive, but you don't forget. That's how I know some people can be indifferent, where they're like, I don't forgive, I don't forget, I just move on. I know there's some people that do that, but like, I feel like we owe it to ourselves to sometimes forgive people. Not be gullible and say that it makes their behavior acceptable or permissive, or permissible, not permissive. Maybe someone's too permissive. I know I'm too permissive sometimes. But that's the thing with behavior. If you enable people, like if you don't stick up for yourself, how do I say this? So boundaries, from what I've learned about boundaries teach people how to treat you. So if you don't set boundaries with people, they will walk all over you. And if you're a nice person, they will literally walk all over you. So don't compromise. Don't think, oh, if I don't set boundaries with someone, I'm mean and I'm gonna hurt their feelings. If someone tries to hurt you physically, or cheats on you, or lies to you, that does not warrant. I mean, it's up to you if you want to take someone back. You know, reconciliation, forgiveness is for yourself. Forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation, because reconciliation is when you reconcile with someone. That means you're letting them back into your life. But some people don't deserve reconciliation. Some people need to be okay with the absence of you. Some people you need to, losing you is their karma. You can forgive them. You can say, I forgive you, but I don't want you back in my life, you know. Some people don't deserve that second chance, because if they were liable, if they're stuck in their ego and that pattern of behavior, if they don't seek out the necessary counseling or therapy or rehabilitation, right? Let's say someone has a drug problem, right? Or drug issue. If they, you okay, baby? Why are you coughing so much? If they don't take accountability for their actions, and they don't have the self-awareness to say, hey, I fucked up, I'm sorry I hurt you, then you forgive them, but you don't compromise. You don't say, okay, I forgive you, come back into my sacred space. Because they're very liable to hurting you again. Because if you forgive them, you're validating their behavior, you're enabling their behavior. Babe, are you okay? Why do you keep coughing? You want water? I know. I need to get water. Oh shit. I'm gonna go right now. I just realized. So you have to be very mindful of that, because there are people who will take advantage of your kindness. What? So, why are you? That's like the 5th time you coughed. Are you okay? Are you okay, lady? Hello. Hello. Thank you so much. So just, you okay? Your tail's wagging, that's a good thing. So yeah, just be mindful of that, because just because someone may want in or back in your life and they want your forgiveness doesn't mean that you should let them back in. Because if they haven't done the inner healing work and they don't take accountability, then they're prone to doing the same thing all over again. And then they have access to you. So I'm learning that now, is that it's okay to speak up for yourself. It's okay, because I wrote that down. Standing up for oneself is not a sin. It's not mean. It means you love and respect yourself enough to not tolerate abuse or mistreatment. Don't bite excuse me. Stop. Don't bite yourself like that. So just, bro, why are you coughing so much? Are you okay, baby? My dog is like having a coughing attack. Did you like choke on something? Anyways, so that's what I have for Spiritual Sunday. And it's already 11:33. So I need to post this ASAP. So yeah, it's not a sin. And also if you are going to speak up for yourself against like mistreatment or abuse or whatever, I wrote, do so kindly, respectfully, wisely, gracefully, because you matter. A lot of people will make you feel like you don't matter, you know, or you're inferior or less than, and that's not fair, right? Because we're all entitled to living, you know, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Some people think that they're entitled and they have more power because maybe they're more rich or they have money. A lot of people equate money and wealth with power and status. So they exercise dominion over other people. People that are arrogant and egotistical, people that are humble and still wealthy, they don't do that. But people who need money to feel good about themselves, they often, or just people in general that want to be powerful, they will make someone else feel inferior. That's what bullies do. You know, they pick on the little guy or the nice girl, and you know, they feel better causing suffering and pain to someone. It literally feeds their ego. So maybe that's something that happens. But you want to make sure that you want to make sure that no matter what, you never want to stoop to someone's level. Meaning, and there's a quote that I've lived by for the past 6 years, is when they go low, you go high. Meaning, like, when people stoop really low, you know how easy it would be to be a bitch? You know how easy it would be to be mean? You know? Hello. But that's like the 10th time you cough right now. Here, let me give you. It's so easy to be mean, right? It's so easy. It would be so much easier to, here, go. To get angry or bitter or resentful. It takes a lot of strength to stay calm and offer love, which is essentially miraculous, right? The energy of love is miraculous. And bravery too, being brave and that. Oh, and that's what I just, in my ethics class that I was just taking, it says, because you can risk you risk your life and you risk your reputation and all this stuff and you could stand alone, because it's so much easier to be with the crowd and do the wrong thing, right? It's so much easier. Because that's what everyone usually does. It's the easy path. So, just know that, you don't want to compromise on your morals and beliefs just because other people put pressure on you to do the opposite. And I know this from experience, because, like, I could have become a bitch. Like, I could become a lot meaner or evil or whatever, because I've had really mean people try to hurt me. Are you okay? And instead of getting angry or bitter, I don't know, I went inward and I remind myself that there are good people. Sorry, River. There are good people in the world, Not everyone's horrible and mean. So, I'm good and I'm kind. Why are you barking so much? Okay, but I know you're hungry. I'm sorry. I know. I gotta do it. But anyways, so I hope that that makes sense. And yeah, I don't know. I think doing the right thing is, you walk a lonely path because of it. It's not easy at all. It's not. It's really not easy. People will make fun of you. They'll lie about you. Confirmation like this. What do you want, River? I don't know what she wants. She keeps. But what do you want? ¿Qué tú quieres? You're so silly. I know, she's being very feisty. Why are you being extra feisty? Anyways, so that's the message for today. It's already late and I didn't post it. I have so many recycling bags and shit that I need to put away. But I do hope that helps someone. I can't summarize it. Maybe like YouTube has AI that will summarize stuff. That would be nice, because I don't remember half of what I said. When a message comes in, it comes out like intuitively. So take what you will from that, and I hope it helps somebody. And what do you think? What do you think? I pat you on the butt. So yeah. I don't know what she's saying. Should I make this? I should have made this a doggy short. Because you're being extra silly. Okay, I will leave it at that. So anyways, that's the message for today. Don't compromise. Speak your truth gracefully and kindly and respectfully, and have humility. And when people get jealous of you, and if there are bullies that come after you and want to make your life hard, and remember that you have to offer them grace, because people, when they get jealous and envious, they often do that because they're coming from a place of ego. So they're not in tune or in touch with their divine self. There are people who are awakened and they're more but like sensible and mature, but usually people that are very superficial and materialistic are the ones that usually get more envious and jealous of other people. People that are humble and altruistic, they're not going to sit there and offer contempt towards people, because why are they going to do that? It's the people hurt people. Happy people don't, happy people that are happy and with their lives. It's only mean people that are misguided and not in touch with their true self that hurt other people. Because people that have wisdom and maturity and kindness and they don't dare want to hurt other people. It's usually the people that are angry and upset, or they were hurt by their parents or by a loved one or a lover. So when they can exercise hatred or disdain or loathing towards another person and obliterate their reputation or literally try to hurt someone, like violence wise, it's because it comes from a place of insecurity and immaturity and jealousy. People that don't sit in the energy of jealousy or greed have no desire to hurt other people. You know what I mean? They wouldn't even fathom that. So yeah, that's how I think of it. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps somebody and gives you clarity and wisdom about life. And life is not easy. No one ever said that it was going to be easy. Just that we would be equipped with, the intuition or the intellect and the courage to be able to handle things that seem really difficult and hard. So, yeah. I hope that helps somebody, but we shall see. I don't know. You people have to tell me.